Then Balin added to their order, lived a wealthier life than heretofore with these in Balin, till their embassage returned. Sir King, they brought report, we hardly found, so bushed about it is with gloom, the hall of him to whom ye sent us, Pelham, once a Christless foe of thine as ever dashed horse against horse. But seeing that thy realm hath prospered in the name of Christ, the King took, as in rival heat, to holy things, and finds himself descended from the saint Arimathean Joseph, him who first brought the great faith to Britain overseas. He boasts his life is purer than thine own, eats scarce enow to keep his pulse a beat, hath pushed aside his faithful wife, nor lets or dame or damsel enter at his gates, lest he should be polluted. This grey king showed us a shrine, wherein were wonders, yea, rich arks with priceless bones of martyrdom, thorns of the crown and shivers of the cross, and therewithal, for thus he told us, brought by holy Joseph thither, that same spear wherewith the Roman pierced the side of Christ. He much amazed us. After, when we sought the tribute, answered, I have quite forgone all matters of this world. Garlon, mine heir, of him demand it, which this Garlon gave with much ado, railing at thine and thee. But when we left, in those deep woods we found a knight of thine, spear-stricken from behind, dead, whom we buried. More than one of us cried out on Garlon. But a woodman there reported of some demon in the woods, was once a man, who driven by evil tongues from all his fellows, lived alone, and came to learn black magic, and to hate his kind with such a hate, that when he died, his soul became a fiend, which, as the man in life was wounded by blind tongues, he saw not whence, strikes from behind. This woodman showed the cave from which he sallies, and wherein he dwelt. We saw the hoof-print of a horse, no more. Then Arthur, let who goes before me, see he do not fall behind me, foully slain and villainously. Who will hunt for me this demon of the woods? Said Balin, I. So claimed the quest, and rode away. But first, embracing Balin, good my brother, hear, let not thy moods prevail. When I am gone, who used to lay them, hold them outer fiends, who leap at thee to tear thee, shake them aside, dreams ruling when wit sleeps. Yea, but to dream that any of these would wrong thee, wrongs thyself. Witness their flowery welcome, bound are they to speak no evil, truly save for fears, my fears for thee, so rich a fellowship would make me wholly best. Thou one of them, be one indeed, consider them, in all their bearing in their common bond of love, no more of hatred than in heaven itself, no more of jealousy than in paradise. So Balin warned and went. Balin remained, who for but 3 brief moons had glanced away from being knighted till he smote the thrall, and faded from the presence into years of exile, now would strictlier set himself to learn what Arthur meant by courtesy, manhood, and knighthood, wherefore hovered round Launcelot. But when he marked his high sweet smile in passing, in a transitory word make knight or churl or child or damsel seem, from being smiled at happier in themselves, sighed, as a boy lame born beneath a height that glooms his valley, sighs to see the peak sun-flushed, or touch at night the northern star. For one from out his village lately climbed, and brought report of azure lands and fair, far seen to left and right, and he himself hath hardly scaled with help 100 feet up from the base. So Balin, marvelling oft how far beyond him Launcelot seemed to move, groaned, and at times would mutter, These be gifts, born with the blood, not learnable, divine, beyond my reach. Well had I forgotten, well had I foughten, well, in those fierce wars struck hard, and had I crowned with my slain self the heaps of whom I slew, so, better. But this worship of the Queen, that honour too, wherein she holds him, this was the sunshine that hath given the man a growth, a name that branches o'er the rest, and strength against all odds. And what the king so prizes, overprizes, gentleness. Her likewise would I worship, and I never can be close with her, as he that brought her hither. Shall I pray the king to let me bear some token of his queen whereon to gaze, remembering her, forget my heats and violences, live afresh? What, if the queen disdain to grant it? Nay, being so stately gentle, would she make my darkness blackness? And with how sweet grace she greeted my return. Bold will I be, some goodly cognizance of Guinevere, in lieu of this rough beast upon my shield, languid gules, and toothed with grinning savagery.